And hello again, dear ones. Reverend Robert with you today here on a Tuesday at 10 a.m. That means it is the growing edge. And it's interesting because the way we talk about this show, and I'm looking for my banners, I apologize. Uh, it's it's all about exploring the principles and the practices and the processes. So, in a lot of ways, the practices and the processes of living a new thought life, of living a spiritual life. And so I am definitely not finding any of my banners. There we are. Hey, now we go. So here's the thing. I have gotta fix this. There we go. Thank you for your patience. My lack of preparation. But I was prepared in what I wanted to chat with you about today, and I was prepared in what I wanted to share with you today. I just got distracted into another project, and all of a sudden looked up and went, "Hey, I'm about to be late. I'm about to be." So I also want to appreciate you and say thank you uh, for still finding us today. For still joining me here on the Growing Edge. So. So I'm feeling like it's time for me to get centered a little bit here, and I'm going to invite you to join me in an opportunity to come together in the one, to let go of the hustle and the bustle of the day, to let go of whatever it may have taken to be in this place, to let go of the idea of what comes next or what didn't get completed before now. So we may just be present to the now. So it may be present to what wants to be revealed, to what wants to let itself be known, to what wants to happen here this day on the growing edge. Here on the skinny branches of consciousness and being and reality and understanding. And what I know is it's all good. I know it's all good in some way, even when I don't see it, even when I don't recognize it. I know there must be some good in every experience, every opportunity, because it's all God. So I am grateful for whatever reveals itself, whatever wants to be known, and I let it be. And so it is. All right. I feel better already. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you for being with us, folks. Again, whether you're watching this live with me on a Tuesday morning or whether you're checking this out on a replay at another time, I'm fixing myself another cup of tea here. If you'd like to join me, please feel free, because this program is all about, well, exploring what's coming through, exploring how it's working for you, or perhaps not. You know, we've got this thing going on. Maybe you don't know, but we've got this thing going on around the network where Facebook is having a problem allowing streams to flow into certain groups. It's not that the streaming system isn't working. It's not that anything else isn't working. It's that Facebook isn't working. So, you know, if you are watching this, please share it with someone. But more importantly, I'd invite you to share with your friends what we're doing. Because the bigger project and the thing that I really want to talk about here today is getting away from Facebook. And getting away from being nothing more than fodder for advertisers, a target for advertisers, or to be an advertiser. You know, that's what I've seen Facebook become. And in the early stages of Facebook, yes, there were, and other social media platforms. This happens to pretty much, I think I've seen this in so many places, in so many platforms. Because we get it. It takes money to have that much computer space. It takes money to keep everything running, and it takes all that money. So it has to be recouped somewhere, right? However, here's what I'm learning for myself, and here's the process I'm going through, is there comes those times when it's pretty obvious there are things that have to be let go of, that we have to just, okay, they served their purpose. And when they no longer serve their purpose, then we let go and transcend and move on to something different, move on to what's next. I feel we've reached that point because, except for a few, no matter what you do, it seems, what the algorithms do is push you into places where you're not having discussion, where you're not really connecting with loved ones and the people you care about the most. It's all about algorithms pushing us into certain experiences, and truthfully, I think pushing to create conflict. So what served at one point, what was, well, beneficial because it helped so many of us see what was possible, what could be. But it's really come down to a point where you're either shouting into an echo chamber, or you're in constant arguments with people. And now, this isn't necessarily about, in many ways, Facebook is a great analog for the way the universe works. It gives us what we put in. If you like to argue and you like to start and pick fights, it will, the AI will learn that, and it will give you opportunities to pick fights. It will put in front of you all kinds of things to push your triggers, but mostly it's about pushing you to buy and purchase and da-da-da. And so I believe the growing edge is letting go of our dependency on social networks to provide us as the end-all be-all. That's where I get my news. That's where I communicate with family. That's where I have my instant messenger. That's where I have this. That's where I have that. That's where I watch videos. I'm going to invite, I know I've been inviting myself, and this is really the growing edge. And I realize that in many ways I have pretty much stopped personal communications on Facebook. I am still, private communications, but everything public is all about the network. So if this is ineffective, then let's put our efforts, and this is me and the network, but let's put our efforts where they're going to make a difference. We seem to be gaining some traction on YouTube. I think I'd like to see us gain a lot more traction on YouTube. I would like to see us sharing more, and I don't know how that happens. So that's something I'm going to have to learn about. I don't think it's any secret. I would like to see us on our own private servers, on our own website, on our own destination, and that's going to require a little more learning on my part than I believe I have the room for, or the bandwidth for. That may not be true, but that is the way it seems and it feels right now. Because there's other big projects that I'm working on as well. So the growing edge for me right now really is to be in a place of letting go of what got us to where we are. For a long, long time, been said there, um, you cannot escape the sacred cows. Even though here in New Thought and the Science of Mind and Centers for Spiritual Living and the organizations that came before that, as free thinking and open minded as we are, there are sacred cows. There are sacred cows in this philosophy, just like any other philosophy, just like any other organization, just like any other uh, spiritual or religious organization. And I'm finding I'm being called more and more and more to let go of the sacred cows, to let go of the, oh, this is the way it's always been, so I can be open to the birth of a new sacred cow, if you will. If so I can be open to the the impulsion of a new way to do this, an ideal and a new way to do something. And I tell you that the old saying about, great ideas always come in the shower. Yeah, that's true for me too. And today was one of those days that there's an aspect of this work that we have been doing together um, that is really not. There's something about this one aspect of this work that doesn't quite fit. Not necessarily in the network. It's just it doesn't quite fit for me. Now, I don't want to tell you what it is because um, because I'm working to attract, and I'd love to attract the people, someone to take over that. And when it's appropriate to say what part of the organization, what that activity would be, then that'll be apparent. And when the right person to take over that activity, then that'll be apparent. And you hear this from me. Go back and watch some of the past episodes. I'm often in this program, I'm dancing around telling you things I'm learning while I'm in the midst of learning them. And sometimes I don't know what's next. I'm holding back to say I'm not positive what the benefit of this experience is going to be yet. So I'll let you know when I get there. But as I'm in the midst of it, there is a definite idea that, oh, well, if that were to happen, then this could happen. And if that were to happen, then this. And that is the growing edge. Those that have watched other episodes of this program, you know that while we don't practice visioning here in this program, I am very, very, very committed to that program, to that process. I think that is the number one transformational spiritual practice for me to communicate with the divine, to tap into that grand everything, the source, the supply, the wellspring of all wisdom, knowledge, phenomena, experience, understanding, opportunity, and demonstration. And that's part of why this program is called what it is, the growing edge. The growing edge to me is represented by the question, what are we becoming, or what am I being called to become in this experience? And in the visioning process, there's, right, I call them the holy three or the middle three. So I've actually broken the process for my own, and I don't always teach this, but there's the early part where we're getting into the process, where we're turning off the outside world, where we're sinking into our connection as the divine, our understanding, our expression of ourselves as a divine emanation of spirit. And in that are the questions, what is the highest vision? I also include what is your soul's purpose. It depends on if it's for an individual or an organization. For those that join us on Monday mornings, the first part is, what is the highest vision for your life? What is the highest vision for New Thought Media Network? And what is your soul's purpose? The middle three are, what am I becoming, or what am I being called to become? What is the growing edge? What am I being called to release or let go of? And what am I being called to embrace? Those three questions, very closely aligned, very, very intertwined and intermeshed. And I'll see a lot of things that will float between those three questions. Sometimes it's about embracing, sometimes it's about releasing what's a block to be able to embrace something, so this whole program is about being on the growing edge. Where am I in consciousness and in practice, so I may experience the demonstrations that I desire, so that I may experience the life I truly desire. Now, getting to that life we truly desire, that's the work that I like to do with, that's the coaching work. That's the mentoring work. That's the work where, okay, Robert, I get you, but I don't know what I want. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I want to do. That's okay. That's the work I love to do with people in coaching. And if that's where you are, and you'd like to explore that a little bit more, by all means, please do reach out, send me an email, connect, whatever it may be. revbriz@ntmedia.org. I'll be happy to get back with you. And so in this process, it's the cycle, really, because when I recognize where I am growing, where I'm being called to be more than ever before, then I am also fairly rapidly aware of the things that I have to let go of in order for that to happen. The things that just don't serve any longer. What's no longer serving your life? Where are you holding on to a sacred cow and saying, but this is the way I connect. This is my lifeline. This is my, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any of them. I am inviting you, and everyone involved here is inviting you into a different idea of how to do this, a different growing edge, where it's not about manipulating, it's not about influencing you to purchase, it's not about marketing and advertising. We want to market who we are, we want to advertise who we are out into the world, but it's not about advertising to you once you're part of the community. It's not about manipulating you into a belief system or a purchasing system, or a belief that you're just not good enough, or the water's not good enough, or the air is not good enough, or the land's not good enough, or I got to have this thing to make my life easier. Ugh. I think you all know that about me. I trust you do. If you're new to the network, well, then here it is. All right, we're gonna let you know what we do, and we're gonna let you know what those that are supporting us do. And yes, we have sponsors, and yes, we have people that we're purposefully saying thank you to people in different ways, and I'm gonna share one of those with you a little bit later today. We have new ways of being together and new ideas, but we're not here just to sell you crap. There it is. We're not here to sell you crap. But I'm here to support you in recognizing yourself and coming to a deeper sense of what is possible for your own life. And for my life. But mostly for your life. My growing edge is, how do I best serve and support those around me in fulfilling their dreams, in creating the life they truly desire. Because I know what I believe I know what I desire. And I'm waiting, and it's coming and it's happening, and we're in the process. But this has got to be about both of us, me and you, and the next person that comes along, and the next person that comes along, and the next person that comes along. So if we're going to let go of certain ways of being and ways of doing things, if we're going to let go of how we show up on Facebook so that we can show up differently on YouTube or on our channel or wherever it may be, or other emerging platforms. I want to, my growing, right? The growing edge is, for me, when it comes to social media, is humanity's team. And I don't spend anywhere near enough time on that platform as I want to, as I believe would be valid and beneficial for all of us, because it's from a where they come from. That's what I'm looking for. Where they come from is so much different. They're not coming from the place of manipulation and making money. They're coming from a place of providing a service and connecting humanity to its spiritual magnificence. That's what we're doing here as well. A global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment. Inspiring humanity's evolution. Wait. What is that? Inspiring humanity to not stay the same. Inspiring humanity to embrace our creative, evolutionary, growing, expanding nature along this journey of enlightenment, not to enlightenment. You've heard me speak to this before as well. Ram Dass, one of the earliest books I ever found on meditation. It's Ram Dass and How to Meditate. And man, that opening few paragraphs where he explains that the title of the book is The Journey of Enlightenment, not the journey to. The first step is realizing we are already enlightened beings. We don't always show it. Don't always demonstrate it to the best. I fall short. I know I fall short. But I'm committed to not staying down, to not staying on the ground. Yes, Wayne, love evolves. Thank you. Now, there are those in the New Thought movement that'll, argue that everything's perfect and everything's all there and it's all across time and space. And so there's nothing that we can evolve. There's no need to eat. God does not evolve. So love would not evolve. My personal expression, experience, and opportunities to love have evolved. And they will continue to. So we are here inspiring you along your personal journey of enlightenment. And we believe if we can do that for enough people, then we're creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. It's a pretty big vision. There's a lot of growing edges there. There's a lot of places for all of us to grow and expand and step up into our own greatness. Many of you have heard me say this before as well, and it is really so much the truth that I am committed that if you hang out around this ministry long enough, if you hang out around this community long enough, we will convince you of your greatness. And we will support you in expressing that. We will support you in sharing that with the world as it aligns with the New Thought philosophy. Or whatever comes next. Whatever the next, because New Thought hasn't ended. New Thought is not the destination. New Thought, and we can go back and study the history of this philosophy from the very earliest, from Emerson's writings and Thoreau's writings and the Transcendentalists and Franz Mesmer and Horatio Dresser and Mary Baker Eddy and everybody. Nona Brooks. Divine Science, Religious Science, Science of Mind, the Fillmores, Ernest, his brother Fenwick, all these different lights brought something to the table. Now, at a certain point, we kind of put it all in a book and said, well, there's everything we need. No, that is not how it works. Filled with books. You've heard me talk about a lot of them. Here's one I picked up, read this many years ago. This is by by Jim Rosemergery, an ordained Unity minister, currently serving as, he was in Fort Lauderdale when this was written. This was written quite a while ago now. Great book. And for anyone that's living a spiritual life. And I love these books that I've collected over the years because I've written them all. I realized somewhere along, just stop by at Highlighters, just put your notes in your book. And now all of these great books, the truth is God does not fulfill needs. God is love itself. There's so much in here that we can just open to and be inspired. And that's what this is about. So I want to thank you for being here with me and sharing almost 30 minutes with me today, even if I was a little late getting in the door. Thanks for being here waiting. I want to thank you for being a part of the New Thought Media Network and for giving of your gifts and your tithes and your talents and your financial good, all of that. And one of the things that's been a growing edge for me lately is we do a lot of video work around here. We're creating a lot of video, and I've been stagnant. And the list of videos I'm supposed to be creating keeps backing up, and I've been stagnant. And in the last couple of days, I started getting back into my rhythm and my flow, and moving into new stuff. So I want to share something with you. I did, and then we're going to wrap this up and get out of here. But gratitude, an attitude of gratitude is most salutary. And we've got some people we want to say thank you to. And if you see your name in this video, well, cool. That means that you're a regular contributor to this station. And if you don't, and you'd like to, I'll tell you how to do that when we get back from the video. Hold on, here it is. So thank you. Thank you for being a part of this growing edge for today, May 11th. I'll be back again next Tuesday, 10 a.m. We'll have a chat and a conversation, and who knows, maybe one of these days I'll even have something for you to do. But until then, I appreciate you following along. Please share with us. Let us know what you'd like to see, what you'd like me to talk about. If you have any questions about what we discussed today or on any of our programs, just reach out. revbriz@ntmedia.org or info@ntmedia.org. We'll make sure I or someone gets back to you as soon as possible. I'm going to get out of here for now, folks. Again, thank you so much for being with us. And I'll be back next Tuesday. Until then, peace and blessings. Go forth, be love, be prosperity, be cool. Love you. Bye now.